Today we're going to do a little build that I use all the time in legendary content, mostly a healer build. While everybody else is running around DPSing, I'm healing using the Refactor set, which is green. And this has 1.2 million armor. The capacitor really helps to do a lot of damage, and it's got skill tier of 6. All makes it really durable in a lot of legendary content. Usually DPS wise somewhere in the middle or higher, and usually healing is more than the DPS that the skills do. So like any legendary run, I could do maybe 400-500 million in skill damage and about 600 million in healing, and then probably in billions for total damage. So this build is really good for legendary content in a team. I've done this solo with this set. It just takes longer because you really do need to have DPS on your team that can do a lot of damage, and this build will support them. So this is a 4-piece refactor. Refactors, the whole set is built on the fact that you receive repairs from your skills based on the damage that the skills do. So the more damage the skills do, the more you repair. The advantage of the backpack is that whenever you hit maximum health, up to 80% of your total armor then becomes bonus armor. This is what keeps you alive in legendary content. If you keep getting shot and your skills are doing damage to something, you're probably just going to keep standing there not dying. And the chest item actually improves it, the healing down from 10 to 25 and 20 to 35. These are part of the set. You can look for all the set attributes. And what gives me the extra skill and the ability to have the armor is the Brazos de Arcabus set, which with 2 items gives you +1 skill tier. And because I'm using Tactician, it's giving me another +1. So even though I forego 2 skills with these armors, I get 1 from my specialization, and I get 1 from the Brazos set. So that's why it gives me 6 here. I use the turret for damage and the drone for damage. And between those two doing damage, it'll very quickly build up. Capacitor is the weapon of choice for anyone doing a skill set because once you build up 40 stacks, you're pretty much doing 40 times 1.5, 60% skill damage additional. So it's hard not to use a capacitor, but if I do run out of ammo, my backup is the UIC 15 with headshot, spike. Headshot damage will get you 20% skill damage. It's pretty good. And these UIC Mod 2 guns have very high accuracy and stability. So it's a lot easier to get these headshots with this gun, I found. Your mileage may vary. You could use whatever you like in here. And I always carry a TDI card custom purely because it has, this one has InSync on it, and it also gives me 1 skill tier, which I don't really need at this time. Another option here is to use a Harmony because that has perfect InSync. But even with perfect InSync, it does not get to what the capacitor can give you at full stacks. So let's see how well it works. I'm just going to join a random group and see what happens. Sometimes it's quick, sometimes no luck. Let's see how it goes. Instant. You have received an Let's see, I'm just going to go in, drop, and hopefully this group doesn't already have a healer because then it'll defeat the purpose of having a healer. Let's see where we are. And another agent has joined. Washington Hotel. Looks like we just started. So let's start with a drone.
You're right next to the Grand Washington Hotel.
Okay, here we go. That should get their attention. Head to the service entrance on the east side of the building.
And this build is actually pretty good. As you can see, my bonus armor is there. And my drone is going to make sure I'm staying alive. As long as the drone is doing damage, it's fine. The only caveat is sometimes when it does damage against to an armored enemy, it doesn't seem to translate back. It's like the enemy needs to have health damage done. Oh,
Immediate medical assistance needed.
you can just throw another skill in there. And I'm just carelessly running around, and you can see all the armor I'm getting from
Hostile
overhealing.
radio intercepted.
I'm heading upstairs to the hostage. Everybody, get to the
Let's see.
atrium.
Let's do the next area.
Shit. Saints here.
The who now?
Hyena big
The good
shot.
thing about this
Real
set is
impressive.
that
We
it
need
lets
to
you be a
kill
little
this
more
asshole.
careless and run around instead of staying in cover because of all the extra healing that it's doing. Or you can just run in and take your time and aim. Try to keep the stacks on capacitor high, but as you can see, it's healing. You can see like 80% of the armor is bonus armor, which gives me a chance to just run around and do damage or be active, so I don't have to hide all the time. A lot of times with healer builds, you're always hiding somewhere, sitting on a hive, hoping not to get attacked.
You went all the way to
But
the
with
top
this
floor.
build,
Take the
it's
stairs to the right of the elevators and work your way up.
just all aggression. Just keep running. There's no need to stop. The only downside is that when you have these long runs, I usually just recycle my skills because the skill recycles about 16 seconds. So sometimes, like in this case, the drone's not ready, but I'm just gonna drop the turret and just be annoying. As you can see, the turret's doing the damage, so I can just kind of stand here and yeah, I'm gonna get shot a few times, but it's not too bad. Where is he going? The next area is notorious for me getting killed when I'm not paying close attention or when I'm reckless. So let's see how I do. There we go. Drop one. Next skill. Set it on something. Then go exploring. Oh, I mean, I'm not a tank, so I still can't take too much damage, but I can be a little reckless. And you can see how quickly my health regenerates when my skills are actually doing damage. When the enemies are in cover sometimes and skills aren't doing damage, that's the most dangerous part. And of course, if you have DPS on the team,
Serious trauma detected.
it's always a good thing. Oh,
Agent down.
okay. So that was the, hey, look, the car. It's just waiting for me to get up so it can blow up. So that was the big downside to this build is when it's not doing damage and you're being reckless, it's easy for the enemies to pick you off. But see, as long as you put the
Just
turret
found an ammo
and you have a
drop.
drone and
Let
they're
me
doing
detonate it.
something, some damage to some enemies, you're regenerating a lot of health. So it's a pretty good build. And of course, I'm usually not this reckless, especially in legendaries. I tend to drop the skill and then just do damage. So let's try this one. Drop the skill. This is a really weird area which you can't reach your enemies. So at this point, everybody's going to be at 100% health because the skills are just going to keep doing damage. Matter of fact, I don't even need to stay in cover because there are so many enemies. The skills will make sure I'm alive.
That's what you get, dumb sons of bitches.
You doing all right there, Kelso?
As long as I'm not breathing asbestos. That blast did a lot of damage.
That was it. Okay, let's try the next area too. That one can be a little tricky. I forgot to recycle the skills. You have to be conscious about recycling skills as soon as the battle is over and you have a bit of a run and the skill is close to expiring, or you're going to be in an elevator like this where your skills get turned off and manually reset. You hope that enough time had gone by that you can have your skills ready, because this build lives on skills being up and shooting things. When you don't have anything to shoot or your skills are down, you are very vulnerable. So let's get the capacitor stacks up. And oh, here they come. You can see, if you look at the bottom right, the health, you can see the drone is doing damage, and one of the teammates is getting hurt, but the drone is doing enough damage to offset that. Double up on the skills, and now it'll do a lot of healing. As you can see, the health drops when the big guy starts shooting, and then the skills kick in and heal everybody up. So if you're paying a little attention, it, you should be able to survive pretty much anything. This is this is heroic, and I'm really not being careful at all. And so far, other than one little
I'm on the
mishap,
roof, holding for backup.
I
been
have
pretty
eyes
good.
on you, Kelso.
You
The
keep
other thing to
faith?
worry about is
I don't know
some
what
of
he
these
looks like,
areas when
but
you
there are plenty of
go from
hostiles
one
up
to the
there.
other,
Not for
skills get
long.
confused and get stuck. In this case, it didn't, but there are times when I'll look back, I'm like, where's my skill? Oh, it's in the previous area. It's just sitting there. It's unable to find the path. So keep that in mind with the drones. Yeah, the secret area. I've already been here, so I don't get anything. Let's see how we do against Saint. He's one of the tougher enemies. And again, I forgot to recycle. So I have 15 seconds now until my skills are ready, which is probably enough time for me to run over to the
Let's do
main
this.
area where the fight is going to take place. Yeah, I see skills already. 3, 2, 1. So it's pretty good. Sometimes I'll run up obnoxiously through here and drop my turret right where they're all going to be dropping, and then run away. Run away! Run away! What the heck am I doing here? And then I go hide. Now the turret is in a position where it's just going to do a lot of damage to everyone that spawns. Alright, that's the big guy somewhere. As long as I keep my capacitor at 40 stack, I can be doing a lot of damage. Yeah, getting shot because I'm doing damage with skills, it's really not even registering, which is nice. It's a nice way to stay alive. It's also keeping the entire team pretty much at maximum health, and they're just running around here. Oh, look, see, look at the damage they're doing. If you see my health bar, it just keeps dropping, and then the skills make it all back up. It was pretty painless. I didn't even stay in cover that long.
Heads up. You've got hostiles flooding into the building from the street.
Get down there and take care of them. I got Eleanor. Eleanor?
Deconstruct everything, because you never know when you
Are
need
you hurt?
parts to build stuff.
Who are you? What's going on?
She's in shock.
recycle skills before elevators. Now this is the last area. Should be pretty quick. Or not so quick. Just gonna run in, drop my turret, and then just shoot everything. It should be pretty quick. I think it takes longer for me to take the elevator down than it is to finish this area. I like shield guys because it gets me a chance to build up the capacitor stacks.
Agent down.
I just took like 4 or 5 grenades and I'm still alive. There's a grenadier there. I probably should have taken him out. Yeah, if you look at the health of the team, it dropped, and as long as I have something to shoot, it'll go right back up. It's really nice. Hopefully we'll get the final mission stats.
Manny, is Odessa
Then we
on
can
the
take a
line?
look and
I'll
see how
patch her
much
in.
damage we did and
Odessa?
how much healing was
I also
done.
have some news for you.
We got Eleanor. Is she okay? She's okay. I'm bringing her home.
Oh, God. Oh, thank God.
And
See you soon.
not too bad. I wound up in second place behind DPS. And skill damage done 331 million, amount healed 436 million. You can see it's significantly higher than anyone else's. So it's a huge amount of healing this build does, and also does a huge amount of damage combined. So hey, it's not bad. It's a nice whole build.